It's tabletop time.
I'm Elle.
I'm Dave.
I'm Jazza.
I'm Jen.
And I'm Murray.
And tonight we are playing a game called Gateway Roleplay
You good?
in the world of LUCEVERA. Gateway Roleplay is a system that we're developing, and very excitedly, we're back in development. We took a little pause while we were working on Gate Crash, but we are smashing through it, and I was working on polearms this Monday, so we now have a full set of polearms trees, and when we get all the weapon skills done, we'll probably do another little update for patrons and get a cleaner version out, but that'll still be a little while away. But yeah, we are working on it, and we're making progress.
So those waiting
legs?
for that, keep your eye out. Now, look, this is chapter 13. So by this point, people know the stuff we share.
Wow.
But someone did ask in the chat, what's the best way to support us? Is it to listen to the podcast or watch on YouTube? The answer is to at least listen to some of the podcast and rate it, and then listen to it on whatever you want to, YouTube or the podcast. But YouTube is probably, the main home of how we focus.
YouTube helps get views, which helps get visibility, and we do always get comments that are basically like, by what cruel twist of fate does this channel not have more views? This is disgusting. And
they warm our hearts.
I like to imagine, like, 8 years from now, there'll be like this massive surge of millions of people like, we discovered this crazy, amazing thing that's been going for so long, and there's so much there.
And
the gate
and we'll
has
still be going. I was going to say we'll be in like living under a bridge, just like watching people watch the streams.
Anyway.
Then you can be in your midlife
I like that.
crisis.
I like your version better than my grimdark version.
Watching all the React videos.
Getting twice as many views.
Getting in arguments.
Do you have
in
a
the
thing
chat.
open that I can switch to?
Don't throw.
Whoa, secrets.
What are you prepared?
Don't we? I didn't know we did more than 2 things. What did you want me to?
Because I can do this instead.
You wanted to look at merch, did you?
No, wrong one. Bing, there you go.
Oh, look at that. That's
Look at
glorious.
these LUCEVERA minis, worth showing off. Oh, look at these things that we won't be battling for many, many years, probably. Except for,
You're right.
I'm right. Except for these. Look at these little doggos. We have them because Murray printed them and painted them. Thanks, Murray.
Hey, Murray.
Yay. Look at our little doggos.
For podcast listeners, we are showing off the amazing minis that we have printed and that you can also get in STL form on our website if you want them for yourself or if you want to check them out.
Giant Jen.
So cute.
Yeah. Is that a chimera? Is that what it's called?
This is
Chimera.
I'm
kidding.
Chimera. I was trusting you, Jen.
These are worth a little extra close
They're
look
beautiful.
at. They're so good.
I think you'll find this Chimera.
That's the Chimera. And then we have the Titan. There's so many more than these. Is the website good to jump to in a sec?
Yeah.
Look at him. Oh, it's so good.
Nom, nom, nom.
And then we have the minis on the website. So go to itstabletoptime.com
And that's
consider
also a good
supporting
way
us.
to support us. Yeah.
It is probably, aside from becoming a patron, the best way to support us. So if you're not looking to become an ongoing, paid supporter, go check out our minis, go check out our merch. There's some cool varieties on there, and it helps us keep doing what we're doing, which really depends on community support. So thank you.
You can feast on the miniatures.
These are great for
like
Halloween.
Titan.
Look how
I don't want
buff
to break
that
these with all this
little
stuff in front
baby
of me, so I'll
imps.
hand them to you.
like side abs are. Like demon baby imp is like
Look at him,
ripped
he's
in the
clearly
side.
doing like a side sit-up.
Dave getting ab envy on a baby.
These are also great for Halloween. as
You know what it
well.
actually looks? It reminds me of those that American broadcast radio host that got ab implants despite being very large.
I don't
So they
remember.
were on the outside of his belly, and he just has abs on the outside of his big pot belly. Anyway, speaking of big pot bellies, it's time to enter the world of LUCEVERA, where there are plenty of people who enjoy a good beer.
Great.
Okay.
Beer
That was the
or
pot belly segment.
Or like a pot of
Nice.
soup
Yeah, they love a good pot of soup.
for their belly.
pot pie.
We open our session tonight
With a
with.
sad Lorenzo.
Do you want to open with Sad Lorenzo?
I reckon because combat will hold.
I'm going to back and forth it.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll start my journey.
Okay. Where are you going?
Well, Lorenzo's done a picture. He at least has done a beautiful artwork
Yep.
that he can be proud of. And so he doesn't feel like he's leaving empty-handed, but it is with a bittersweet feeling of sadness in his heart that he realizes, I don't know how far away these things were. I've been around for so long that I would have seen them if they went anywhere in this direction and I'd just be wasting everyone's time. If I waited back in town, they might go straight back to the guild. I've essentially just wandered off and gotten myself lost. So the only place to go really is back to the guild. So it's afternoon though.
Yeah, it's late afternoon.
It's like after sunset. So what's the
It's
best?
not
way
after sunset, but it's close.
It took us like
not-
a day to get.
It's not too. Yeah, let me look at the map. Let me look at my wonderful map so I can have a clue what I'm talking about.
Imagine like sad Lorenzo meme, like sad Keanu, like on the bench with like the pigeons.
Yeah.
So he's just like
They're all just sitting on your broad shoulders.
Yeah, it was a day and a half's journey, and you basically journeyed a day southwest back towards. So you're about, because of the way you went on the south side of the river, you're about like a day's travel away, less than a day's travel.
from any town.
You could go north across the river and end up at Three Bend again.
Yeah, I'll probably have to do that.
Yeah, you could, but you'll
That's
probably
rough.
get there after dark.
Yeah, well, I spent my last silver on rabbits that I'm holding that are starting to
Well, you have one
smell.
that you've left in the grass for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking it with me, and I'll throw them where the foxes had come out before as I head back.
Okay.
I'll let them chew on those. At least someone could enjoy them. And then I'll walk back to town, and
You begin your journey back.
I begin my journey back to town. And it's Lorenzo's intent he had lined up someone who would be willing to have him overnight for some work before Havada sort of took him in. So
that was in a different town,
No, it's the town Havada's in.
which is Casanara, which is a day's travel to the northeast.
How many towns did you go to?
You went through Three Bend, and Casanara was where you left from.
I'm sorry, what?
So you,
I just walked out of the town that we met Havada in.
yeah, and then you journeyed. You said you traveled after you got lost and sat for an hour. You said at the end of the last session, you traveled for like most of the day south down the river until you could see Alegrano. That was what I remember anyway.
Alright.
If I'm incorrect, shoot
Well,
me.
if I can
I
see
wasn't here.
Alegrano, how far?
It's like in the distance. That's what you did the landscape of.
Yeah, can I just go?
If you want, would you like to go to the map?
Yes, please.
Bring up the map.
The map.
Bring up
So,
Oh, no, wrong
I
one.
thought you weren't going to give us the map till we
well,
bought the
this
map.
I need to explain. So you came out here to Three Bend.
Yeah.
And then you journeyed and stayed in Casanara.
Yeah.
And the journey of Lorenzo with his one survival check was to cross the river and then head south. And then you began heading southwest this
Okay.
way. And you ended up, based on your description, I've got you at about here.
Gotcha. Okay, well, I'll go up to Casababa.
So
You could make it
so you
to
basically found,
Alegrano.
because you navigated towards the woods and a forest, and that's the woods and the forest you navigated towards. So
Where
you're like,
did
"Oh,
everyone
no,
else go?"
Everyone else went this way. So everyone else is actually currently here.
I said southeast.
And I said, make a survival check.
So you didn't
and then
go
you
southeast.
failed it. So you didn't know which direction was
All right.
southeast.
Okay, all right,
And I
all
also
right,
asked, do you follow, like, I was like, do you follow the road or do you
Okay.
go? And you're like, I go off the road into the woods. So
Is he close enough to just get to Alegrano from there?
that
though?
is, so two hexes is a day's travel.
I see.
So
I see.
you'd be at this time almost sunset. There'll be a bridge. There'll be several bridges
Yeah.
along this river.
I'll go to
you cross there
Casablanca.
and go to Three Bend,
Mm-hmm.
or you
Oh,
could
that's what
just
it's called, Three Bend.
or you could just trudge back to Alegrano and you get there probably at like, if you just traveled, you probably get there at like 3 a.m. You could do like the late night trudge, like the drunken walk home,
Do you
where
know
you
what?
can
Walk of
somehow walk like
shame.
so many kilometers.
This all depends on the moon.
Okay,
Oh.
there's moonlight. It's clean and clear.
I'll probably just walk home.
Okay, that makes sense.
And knowing he doesn't have money to pay for an inn, so.
That's fair. I did, for those Melbourneites, I did once walk from St Kilda to, was it Hawthorne?
Yeah,
St
something
Kilda to
like that.
Hawthorne.
Yeah.
Late at night.
Like 4:30 a.m. after drinking.
Must be nice to do a night walk. Crazy.
Yeah, it must be nice. It's like 13-kilometer walk or something through the city at 4:30 in the morning. Okay, so we're back to you walking over. I guess we're back to where it matters. We can hop off this screen now.
Back to where it matters.
Ouch.
I mean, where the
So
actions are.
not
Yeah.
Lorenzo.
Sorry, that was a Freudian slip.
Okay, all right, yeah.
And Jazz is crying.
Okay.
Okay. So there were
Just
two
turned it back on.
Oh.
Canis Cornu
Should we take
that
one
you
of
were
the dogs
aware
away?
of.
Oh yeah, we should actually set up the scene.
So they're downhill from you, and you have the opportunity. I shouldn't say you, Leone and Arvin were planning their approach. They've sort of got an overview of the dogs. The dogs rolled an abysmal sense check, and you guys rolled some stealth. So you, as far as you're aware, the dogs are currently just sort of fighting over. It was some kind of food that they had found, and you've just witnessed them cause some kind of flare-like flash and create fire across the ground with a glowing horn.
Yes. Somewhat more concerned after that. And we had some semblance of a plan for luring them closer towards our arbalist, now with net, in order to
Have you set
get a
that
clean
up?
shot.
Not yet.
Not
No.
yet.
Okay.
Because I would have seen, I would have, yeah. So we still don't know. So we still don't know the range of their detection at this point, right?
Well, they're animals, so you would expect that they either know you're there or they don't. Make a wisdom intuition check.
I like that. They're animals, so yes or no.
Well, it's just such a weird question. What's the detection radius on a dog? It's like
What's the
It's not a video
detection
game.
radius on a
So.
human?
Point. 3 successes.
3 successes.
Nice.
So you can tell from at your best guess with your intuition, they don't know you're there because you imagine they, being animals, would have reacted in some way to your presence.
Okay. But to shoot a ballista from here would be terrible accuracy.
What we described them, they were about 100 meters away, I believe.
Yeah, you said the...
You could shoot them if you were firing regular bolts, but your
shoot them
for
now.
gameplay explanations, your new ballista bolts
Yes.
are long range, not long plus, which all your other shots are, or
Okay.
a lot of your other ones are long plus. So
Okay.
you can only shoot if we're measuring
Interesting.
that far.
Phew. So
Okay.
they're further away than this.
They're 100 meters away, so they're a fair way away.
Okay.
Okay.
And we have various cuts of meat, I believe.
We have 2 hairs.
2 hairs,
Yes.
that's right.
A hare and a chicken.
A chicken.
A chuckin.
Well, we also just saw one of them explode into oblivion, right? Because it got killed by the other one. The
The
dog.
thing they
the
were
chicken.
fighting over.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was they killed one. Like they killed one
No,
of their
it
own.
cut the chicken in half with a laser.
Oh, I thought it killed one. Like it killed another
No.
dog. Oh, okay, that's less terrifying.
They
It's
killed
still
their
terrifying.
chicken or a different chicken?
No, it's just up the
Okay.
hill, like Dragon Ball Z. You're just some bystanders when this massive beam shoots. No, just the
Yeah,
one
that's what I
directly in front of them.
assumed.
Okay.
And in fact, you didn't actually see what happened because you were busy, and then you just saw this massive
And then you were
flash of
blinded.
light, and were blinded and looked across, and it roasted the chicken.
I'm also assuming for roleplay purposes, Havada's like just meditating.
Avada's
No, he's literally
gone?
watching.
no, he's watching you guys. Why?
Oh, okay, cool.
That'd be pretty funny.
Yeah.
You
so
guys
my,
start screaming. He's like, la
my
la la
plan
la.
is to
Did you want
Draw them in close
something,
enough.
little one? I can pretend to be Havada.
Yeah,
It's fine.
go on.
Has he's given us all the information he can give us about these?
all the information he wanted to.
Yeah. Okay.
Stop asking
been-
video
it's
game
been a big
questions.
week,
You're
okay?
asking
I'm
such video game
sorry.
questions, though. It's like,
I'm
has his dialogue
sorry.
been
Yeah.
expanded?
Yeah.
It's a role play.
We just came from Pokemon, okay?
All dialogue grayed out.
That's what I want to know. So, I had the plan. I no longer have a plan.
What, did you forget it?
No, I didn't expect them to do the big flashy thing.
I missed that, apparently.
You did? Okay.
I heard it.
Oh,
What happened?
there's light. That's all I saw.
I see, okay.
Anyway,
We will keep an eye out for light.
well, what if you ran in, give a really good arm and throw the rabbits as far as you can and then run all the way back and then I shoot the net. How does that sound?
Yes, with a few caveats. One, I will not run. I will stealthily approach so they
Sure.
don't see me.
Sure.
Then I will place or throw one of the animals, both of the animals perhaps, to a location that you can reach with your arbalist. And we will lure them into the effective range of your weapon.
Okay.
And then hopefully they will either be caught up checking out this bait, or I may have to distract them and hold them in place.
Okay. The most important thing is think about something completely different. Think about Amelie's biscotti, perhaps.
I will endeavor to do so
Okay.
when confronted by giant canines with big horns
Okay.
and the power of lightning and thunder.
At the size of a house. Yes, it's very intimidating, isn't it?
Okay, so good luck. And try not to die. I'll be closer, so
Yeah, you do.
if you see me running, then
Yay!
town's that
Let's do
way.
it. I set up my ballista.
Okay.
I'm kidding. Just
Do you wanna
run,
deploy
run
it on
behind
the map?
Nevada.
You want to go to the map?
Yeah, I want Jen to deploy her ballista.
Oh, I thought you meant the
Just,
map.
you can just pop it literally right in front of me.
Okay, cool. Are you in range? Did they move?
No, nothing.
No,
They're-
no, no.
Oh.
Can I get him come to us?
They're not going to be. They're not currently like technically on the field, so
But I'll just pop
yeah.
it in front of
so
me.
they'll be.
Yeah.
They'll run in.
Okay.
Cool. Sick, and then I lower it as well
Cool.
and get ready.
I will allow that because you have the drop on them, basically.
Sick. And I
Cool.
wait.
And having worked out the effective range of the arbalist with the net, I'm going
How have you
to
worked that out?
well
Make an
we've
engineering
worked it out
check.
together.
Me?
Yeah.
Dave, don't give things easy.
Well, you've never fired it before,
That's true.
That's true.
so
Yeah, that's fine.
there's a bunch of assumptions being made mechanically, but 3 successes.
three,
That's it.
yeah.
You're competent. You know your equipment. So with 3 successes, yes, you're comfortable that you have a pretty good idea of how far it will go.
Cool. All right.
tell you.
And I'm going to work out how far that is and
Yep.
try and either get close enough or close enough to throw my animals
That is how far it is.
to I don't know, like a clearing or a good location that she has a vantage point.
Oh, right near that rock would be.
You're pretty much, there's no, terrain-wise, there's no real, like, you're sort of on a little sloped rise. There's a little valley, and then the dogs are sort of fighting over some food at the next rise. So
Yeah, sure. It's just like, I don't throw it behind a tree or something.
yeah, there's not really much. There's a handful of trees, but yeah, cool. So where are you going to be in relation to this? You have the information in front of you. So you have an arbalast, its range. For podcast listeners, we are demonstrating this on a map. So there is,
Few
you may
trees
place your
between-
model where you would like to be.
Ooh.
Do you want, or you could just say,
Yeah, sort of.
Hot, cold, hot.
Or is the plan to just put the food there and then like clap or something?
Put the food there. Can I tell if it's like upwind or downwind or anything?
Make a survival check.
Smelly.
None.
No idea.
You're really
In fact,
funny.
annoyingly,
Not that.
there doesn't seem to be any breeze right now.
Cool.
Perfect.
All right. Well then, I'm just going to hope for the best. Basically, make my way sort of stealthy behind the trees, a bit Looney Tune style, because, you know. Yeah.
Make a stealth check
Cool.
as you approach.
Oh, no,
Oh, yeah, she
Murray.
said
Murray,
people fail.
mate.
I am going
Murray.
to use my Can I use fast thinker? Skill check.
You've already
yeah.
used
it's
it.
the same
didn't
day.
you?
Have we not slept?
When
Twice.
did you use it?
When did you? Yeah, was
yeah,
it?
when did
did we use
what
it for?
role was it on?
I didn't think it was for when we slept in with Havada. Like, I thought
Was
it
it when I was buying the net or something?
Yes.
Yeah, but then we've slept since then.
Okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
Thank God.
That was horrendous.
Well done.
Was that 6 dice?
That's a good feat.
7 dice you failed on? No, 6.
4.
Better.
Slightly better.
Okay, much better.
That makes me think of that I wonder if.
Change it.
That's
No,
what
it's fine.
meant
It's
to
what
be.
they're for.
That's what it's meant to be.
Yeah.
We're about to go into combat. If he wants to use it now, then he can.
No, I only wonder if.
It's like he was stepping in and he quickly saw the pile of leaves.
I getcha. I just wonder if when you get like a sweeping failure or a sweeping
You can't
success.
use it.
I
That's
don't
the
think
point
we
of
need it.
using
It's a
it.
feat. It's a once-off perk.
Yeah.
Let's keep
It's
it.
not
fun.
once off. It's all the time. We'll see. It's fine. I'm not.
Once a session.
Okay. How
We'll
many
see.
rolls do you make per session? Like 5?
We'll see.
20% of your rolls you can roll. It's fine. It's fine. The only thing I was thinking is if you still take the -1 spirit from rolling the sweeping failure,
Oh.
but you
Oh,
can still
I think-
re-roll it.
I think that
that
should-
was all I was
Yeah,
thinking
no, I
is
think-
like because you roll, but then it's like it's a re-roll, so probably not. I think it's fine to just re-roll it. I'm just game deving while we play. That's
okay.
all.
All right,
That's all. I'm opening up. the
Let us
idea.
know in the chats.
Yeah.
He's
let
just
us know.
upset I didn't die instantly. and get
Yeah.
it back.
No. No, it's just you don't
Dog
see a
food.
7 dice all failure very often, and it's sort of like.
I'd
6
like
dice.
not to see it, to be honest.
But to just clutch reroll is like it's.
I'm glad I
Whatever.
put points into not
Doesn't
seeing that.
Isn't the 7 dice one? You take a health as well as
Yeah.
and 2 spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yikes.
You proceed successfully
Stealthy.
to wherever you'd like to be.
Cool. All right. I'm going to find an appropriate location.
Be very quiet.
And
Looks like he's tiptoeing.
just to make everything a bit more palatable and enticing for the animals, I'll just pull out a knife and basically cut open the animals a bit, sort of get the aromas in the air.
The guts around.
And I'm going to fall back behind a tree, like 20 feet away, sort of thing.
You have the
Demonstrate.
visual. You have the visual
Put it
of the
somewhere.
entire map. You may put your character wherever you would
He
like.
can't reach.
Or you may tell us to put your character wherever
All
you
right,
would
so
like.
long range is the very end of the stick, yes?
Yes, that's the range of the weapon.
Cool. All right. I will go, assuming they're even further away, behind this rock, maybe? Okay.
Okay, cool. All right, you made a stealth check. You got
All right.
4 successes.
Let's try and be kind to the podcast listeners. A stone's throw away from Leone lies a large boulder that Lorenzo had snuck up to and that he is now behind. How close is he to the doggos?
He is approximately
another 70 feet
He's
away?
approximately half the distance between Leone and the dogs, standing behind a rock, and it is the distance whereby the arbalast shot will become ineffective. It's further than you can effectively throw weapons. So if we're giving kind of an indication of distance, we're looking, I guess.
So not a stone's throw, literally.
No, you could throw a stone, but your stone would probably like clatter to the ground weakly at that distance at most.
There you go.
You're talking like 60 foot.
Okay,
All right.
cool. Gives us something.
Cool. And I'm sort of like,
Maybe even 60. No, more like 100 to 150. It's fine.
Yeah.
Feet, not meters.
and I'm going to basically like
It's like 50 meters.
peek out and, hide myself as best as
Yep.
I can behind this rock.
Stealth check for
And I'll
Leone.
wave to Leone to show that I'm good. As far as I'm aware.
I'm just going to sneeze
Very
really loudly.
convincing. I'm good.
Oh, sorry.
1 success for me.
All right. After a couple of minutes, it seems like the snapping and eating and all that sort of finished up on what they were doing. The two Canis Cornu sit upright, their horns prominent above them in silhouette. And then they sniff the air a little bit and their heads turn towards you. And with a loping walk, they both calmly walk towards the food that has been placed on the ground.
Cool.
Continue to move closer,
Do you have the minis?
calmly striding.
Dave has them.
It's kind of just like a casual, awkward pace as you're all sitting there. They approach, and they reach the food. And as they reach the food, though, they stop, and one of them, their ears just so goes straight upright, and they start like sniffing and looking around. Not immediately, They've stopped. They're stood at the food, but something seems to have alerted their attention, and they're trying to work out what it is.
Oh, biscotti, biscotti, biscotti.
Did you throw one hair or both hairs?
One hair and one chicken. That's what we had.
But you put everything down. You
Yes.
didn't. Okay. All right. Cool.
Arranged in a lovely
What do you
food
do?
pyramid.
You can choose to act now, or you can wait and see what happens.
Do you react in any way?
Biscotti.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Screw it. I'm gonna go for it.
You gonna fire?
So it's long
Yep.
plus. Can you shoot long plus?
They're at the end, aren't they? Or is that not long?
That's long plus.
Oh.
Okay. That's very kind of you.
Well, that's where the meat
Dave
was
just
put.
moved
Yeah.
them like 2 millimeters in range.
That's where the meat
That's
was.
Okay,
where-
fair
I was
enough.
just dramatically moving them. So they're just the edge of the range.
I'll give you that if you need it.
I can't remember what card it was.
The capture dogcorn card.
Oh,
We have that, right?
thanks, Elle.
This is not the time for second thoughts.
It's the rope net one.
Yeah, that doesn't exist though.
What do you mean? You had it last time.
Yeah. Is it? It's not improvised impalement, is it?
Nope. And shouldn't you have it in your hand of cards that you
I
had equipped?
should. That's why I'm confused. Oh. Tetherbolt, right?
Tetherbolt. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Cool. It does actually have long plus, this particular thing. Okay, cool. So, it's 2 spirit to use, and assuming I'm just going off of this, right?
That's correct. Yep.
Yeah, so 2 spirit
And
to
it's
use.
-1 to hit.
Okay.
And it's shooting 2 out,
No, fire is 1.
Yep.
At -1.
but she has another one to go straight away.
But you, for this round, can have advantage on your shot because they have not detected you.
Okay.
Do we have rules for firing?
No.
Yeah, cool.
Wait,
So you can just re-roll up to 2 dice.
we do. I think it was they don't get a defense.
No, that would be silly. They
Who's
don't get a
who's
defense.
got a rule
They don't
book
get a
on?
defense roll.
Who's got a
That
rule?
would be
There was something.
atrocious.
Have you got a rule book?
A rule book. Yeah.
I also forgot what my weapon does.
I don't know where mine is.
damage-wise.
Well, it does none because you're using you're using tetherbolt.
How do I do this again? I forgot.
You just roll your attack roll.
Which is what?
It's on your character.
Isn't it your engine,
That
the skill,
I'm assuming it's that.
Engineering.
plus how much you have with your training? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No, I did have it right then. And you said
Oh.
advantage.
Well, here we go. Surprise round. If a party,
Tell me.
If a party or player successfully sneak up on an enemy, successfully surprise them, combat initiates as normal, but the surprise targets cannot move in the first movement round and must take defensive actions.
Must take defensive
in
actions.
their first action round with a -2d6 CR
Okay, cool.
penalty. We have a rule for it because we're developing
have
a
a
game.
rule book.
That was one of the most satisfying game dev moments I've experienced.
Well, you wrote
How
it,
does this
obviously.
work?
You wrote the rule.
There's a rule for it. Now we can play.
Laid out.
Okay,
How
so
seamless was that? Okay, I'm sorry.
that's right. -1,
Yep.
but have advantage.
No.
Okay.
They just have -2 off their defensive roll.
Okay.
So you are targeting one of the 2 Canis Cornu. Cool. Would anyone else like to interact with that Canis Cornu before we roll?
I'm kidding.
So is it the one closest to where Murray is standing behind the rock? Sorry, where Avon
Sure.
is standing.
I think I specifically don't want to do anything just to give her the best.
Okay.
advantage. Like, I
And
don't want
as
to
this
spook
one
them, so I'm
cannot
just
take,
like,
and it
biscotti.
can't do anything except for take defense actions.
Yeah, I'm planning to like do something as soon as she's fired one.
Okay. Okay,
Ooh, no.
5?
that's good.
That was
Five is
almost
good.
a
I'll take
sweeping
a lock in it,
success.
Eddie. Let's
Yeah.
5 is good.
There is a whizzing clunk as an overweighted
As the tree
as
falls
a tree
down.
falls down. As an overweighted Arbalast bolt fires off and then sails through the air. There is a sound, a whip crack of tensioners tensioners loosening, and these rocks that are secured basically fly out in a perfect circle. And then, before anything can react, this burst of dust, leaves, and grass as a rapidly expanding net basically collects a Canis Cornu in a ball, tumbles twice across the ground, and the dog is knocked back and is entangled in this, like, completely entangled in this net, and begins struggling. And the other Canis is completely surprised. Are you interacting with it at this stage?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to basically run out to see what has occurred. You know, stuff, in, you know, hands in my bag at the ready to pull out whatever I might need of the situation. I'm going to see that, you know, one of the dogs is entangled, and there's one now that's like spooked and, you know, trying to decide what to do. And the first thing in my mind is, we have one, but two would be better. So I'm going to quickly rifle through my bag and create unrefined reagent. And I'm going to go with an ignis reactant, which, if I hit, should apply a stun.
Okay.
Which I'm hoping will give Leone the ability to keep reloading and hopefully get this next one.
Although you have the other net, don't you?
No, you have to both. Yeah.
Okay. I said nothing.
Mario just gave.
I said nothing.
All right.
Cool.
We're fucked up. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Ooh.
And the animal ducks to the left and the right, but
Oh,
the splash of your potion hitting the ground flicks up onto its underside and takes effect. What does your thing do?
it's 3 damage and 1 stun.
Okay. Very good. Oh, you hit.
You picture Lorenzo in your
Right?
head.
Yeah.
Nah, he's just walking in the dark.
Don't actually know what stun does, but I'm hoping it's helpful.
Oh,
I'm hoping it's
Is it
stunning.
stun 1?
you have
Stun
the
one.
stun.
It just reduces their dice count by that in the next turn.
That sounds helpful.
So I'm assuming this isn't like Pokemon.
All right.
playoff coming up.
Next round, movement action.
All right, who of you is going first?
I'm going to just go ahead and load.
Hang on. You're skipping steps here.
It's the
I'm not
movement
moving.
step.
It's the movement
I'm
action.
sorry, I'm not moving.
So,
Sorry.
Is he going to move?
well, you get priority, so.
Yeah.
I'm going to leg it roughly in the direction of Leone, but try and
Well,
basically run
they
behind the
move
tree.
first, right?
No, players. Wait.
But they act first.
It's on the cheat sheet.
Yeah, players move last, but act
Yeah.
first.
I used to have a
Oh,
cheat
okay.
sheet.
So, yeah,
That's
they move
gone.
first. Correct.
The dog
Yeah, the
does
money
immediately
stars. You dad.
run towards the guy who just threw a potion and splashed him with some kind of acid.
So clearly hasn't been
The
stunned.
bounding large dog charges towards you.
Brown pants moment.
What now?
Well,
Because you're in close combat. Can you target one of them?
I need to load first.
Probably can. Oh, yeah, that's true.
Typically, shooting into combat is a no-no. In some just
Really?
We haven't got rules for it.
I'm going to be honest.
sometimes-
I don't want to be in a net with this thing.
It's usually in any game system that's good. There's some kind of risk or penalty for firing into close combat with people adjacent to them.
Yeah.
see.
Whether or not it's if you miss, you risk hitting the other person, is one way to do it. But yeah,
We don't have that yet, but I'm going to write that
No.
down. We need that.
But you could withdraw, but then you'd risk the chance of getting hit.
That's
it's
right. Well, I'm
defended.
not at risk of getting hit by you this turn.
No,
I would probably run it that they'd roll their combat rolls, you'd roll your combat roll, and if your combat roll was lower than your target but higher than your allies, you hit your ally.
Oh, sure.
So if your
Right.
ally rolled 3 successes, your enemy rolled 5, and you rolled 4,
You'd hit your
your
ally.
ally. But anyway, we'll work it out later. So,
All right. Well, I am tied up in combat now, so I cannot move. Leone, would
not
you
moving.
like to move?
No.
in the
Very
initiate action step,
No, you guys get to choose.
This dog, this Canis Condor on the ground, is going to attempt to struggle.
Struggle bug.
Pokemon
successfully
sandbags.
Attempt to struggle. I can do that. Easy.
I do that
I don't have to roll for that.
It rolls around and is largely still completely entrapped by this net.
Woohoo!
The other Canis Cornu is going to use, it's going to attack you. It's going to just use heroic intervention is its attack.
Ooh.
I don't like the sound of that against my face.
I like that.
Also, you might notice that
Stop
I'm
that.
declaring what I'm doing before you are.
It has like initiative.
Its trait is that it can always choose to declare combat chains before players.
Okay.
That's this animal's
Cool.
trait.
That's
Because
alarming.
it has sense intent.
Yeah, that's fair.
Nice. Cool. Well, I'm going to use Reductio. Because withdrawal would be probably a bad idea considering it is weapon-based. So, Reductio is one spirit, a defended ability, but if successfully defended from all attacks, I gain +1 to the CR of my next reagent ability.
Okay. It's going to try and stab you. And you just loaded.
Just loaded. Yeah.
Cool. It got 3 successes.
1, 2, 3, and defended.
Hey.
Yes.
Cool.
Oh!
You're not
Clutch.
rolling like absolute
So,
garbage.
what
for
do you
once.
actually do? What does...
Got it all out of the
I
way.
basically had a buff for next round.
Yep.
+1 to the CR of next reagent.
Okay. Awesome. Next round.
Huzzah.
Any movements, anyone?
No.
Well, no from me as well, because I am still face to face with large dog.
Is anyone going to attempt to engage with the dog on the ground? In the net.
No.
Okay. Then I'll just roll its attempt to escape. It does not escape.
I have a question. If I use Smoke Wizard, it says scatter.
That's fun.
That's a random dice. But can I, if I do that while Arvin is in close combat, that still has a chance to hit
Of course,
him?
yeah.
Okay. All right.
But I don't think Smoke Wizard does damage.
It doesn't, but the idea is to give him cover.
Okay.
Yeah. If it scatters on top of him, that's he gets hit, right, with it.
I mean, it doesn't do any damage.
Oh, okay. No, yeah, I see what you're saying.
No. It doesn't matter for that
Okay.
particular ability.
I would like to
What's the range on it?
use that long.
Long range? Cool.
Yes.
So you're... Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Great.
Cool.
Where are you... What point would you like to target with it?
I would like to do it just in between the two, so but
Yep.
just before.
Like right there.
Yeah.
So cover doesn't apply to close combat attacks.
What does it apply to?
Ranged combat attacks. So you'll be making it harder for yourself to shoot them. Because it's making a cloud of smoke around them.
What is
But
it? What
it
is
doesn't-
occurring exactly?
She's trying to do a smoke wizard.
Doesn't it make
Cool.
it harder for the
It would only make it harder for...
Is this
her.
is
Cover
this a smoke bomb
affects
in place
ranged
of a
combat.
net?
It doesn't affect close combat.
Yeah, so then you can
anything that does
escape
affect
or
both.
like get some distance was the thought.
I mean, like if someone
But it doesn't apply in combat,
threw
so
some
there's
smoke
no
next
point
to
doing it
you
then.
and you were standing
Yeah,
we were
I'd
here
just
punching
go for
each other.
Okay.
Really change nothing, would it?
What
Change
would you like to do instead?
Fire the net. Instead.
Oh, some
Yeah.
minor smoke.
Well,
some
what if I go first?
So,
I can try stunning it again.
We should get on the same page because we're floating around a bit. She's going to fire the net.
Yep.
Do we need to invent a penalty for firing into melee
Yeah,
for now?
I just told you what it was.
Okay.
So there's no penalty, but if you roll lower than its defense and higher than Arvin's, you'll hit Arvin.
Yeah. But Arvin's gonna go first.
Cool.
Cool. All right. It worked the first time, so I'm going to try stunning again.
Okay. And
Did
it's
it
going
work
to try.
the first time?
It sure did.
Yeah, he stunned
But it
him.
moved afterwards.
Did damage and stun. That was a good attack. How much spirit does that
What
cost?
does
2.
stun do?
Gave it one less die.
Makes the
and
next
it's-
round more effective, hopefully.
It's just going to heroic intervention you again. All right.
One,
I love that sound.
2. I think.
Crunchy dice. Ooh.
Or is that worth a knack to try and succeed on this? To get to 3. Can I declare after I seen the result, or do I need to say before?
Sure. It rolled 4.
So
It won't change.
So don't use it.
yeah, or I could just blow both knack and try and
Tie,
get.
and you'll hit each
Can-
other.
You use 2 in one go? Yeah, it's fine.
Sure.
I think you can.
Cool. Up to you.
You know what? Do or die, and I prefer do.
Okay.
Nice.
So you have
try.
4 successes as well.
Yeah.
You have to roll your attack roll with negative 1
Sure,
dice.
2. So it's 4. It's 2, but. Oh. Oh, God, one just fell out. Hey.
Nice.
3.
4.
Oh, 4.
Yeah,
Where's the
4.
No,
4th?
that's 3.
That's 3.
Oh.
3
Yay.
successes. So you miss.
Yeah.
So the second net flies and smashes into the rock
Don't want to use
behind.
knack? Because a knack would mean you hit.
I'd like to use a knack, please. I'm sorry. It's okay. I forgot.
Be nice to your wife.
I forgot.
Your wife is pleading. Come on, do the
Yeah.
kind
You're gonna
husbandry
say no?
thing.
No, I'm actually struggling with the situation.
Look at that face.
I don't know. it
Now
seems
they
really
all have the
struggling.
exact same combat roll.
Oh. And is any of them defended?
No.
Roll a d20.
So you deal 3 damage and stun it, right?
That being Arvin.
Maybe Evan
Arvin
needs to roll
deals
off.
3 damage and stuns it. You take 4 damage from its attack that hits you.
4 damage?
You
Okay.
both tied. As it basically bites you. And then your world is turned upside down and sideways as you are both thrown sideways by a net that basically just goes. This dog's biting your arm. You throw a potion at it, and you both just get collected by this net.
Oh,
and
dear.
Thrown onto the ground.
So you're both in the net.
Yep.
This could be a
I was like,
thing.
technically he rolled lower and then used 2 knack to tie and then to tie. So all of you had the same result. You're right next to each other. You're in the mix. The net, it's a giant net. You just go poof.
I love
This
that.
could be a good thing.
Let's see how it pans out.
Surprise.
Good luck.
Surprise.
You should shout that to Arvin. This could be a good thing.
All right, I'm going to get you to make
Grappling
a
with the dog.
resistance check, and I'm going to
Okay.
do the same thing for the Canis corner, as you are actually just slammed directly into a boulder that
So
the
they're,
net
they're
flies
currently
into.
there. Okay.
Knock them both out.
Sorry, resistance.
Lyrina
Yeah.
carries them all home.
Oh boy.
The ultimate prize.
Also, I just lost one
No, I think we
spirit.
actually chose to use the net. You lost a spirit?
Yes, because my low pain
Right.
threshold.
Yeah,
Oh no!
I'm sure that will impact your
Because
like
you're
15
weak.
spirit that you have, right?
I'm down to 7 now.
Ooh.
Damn.
All right, so you wanted resistance? Sorry. Yep.
Two successes. Okay, you both slam into the ledge, but you manage to like not be injured by it. You both passed that, and there are it hasn't fully successfully like entrapped them all for 2 reasons. One, you are both entangled in it, and it's meant for one creature, and 2, because it hit a rock and didn't fully close around. So you're both like very impeded and entangled in the net, but the other dog on the ground is like fully net gunned. Like it's wrapped up in this thing and doesn't seem to have a clue how to get out.
All right. First immediate thought is I'm very close to this thing, and the thing I don't want to be entangled in more than the net is its mouth or its horn. So I'm just going to try and bear hug like a child around dad or something. Just sort of
dear.
like if your face can't get to me, then I'm kind of safe.
Okay, so what are we
Cautious
calling
attack?
that? Yeah, cautious attack, I
That
guess.
must be a cautious attack.
Sure.
Cool.
You're technically being
Now,
defensive.
you are all going to get -2 dice. Both of you are going to get, in fact, -3 dice. Both of you are going to get. But it has -4 dice because you stunned it.
Yay.
Oh boy.
Oh bother!
All right.
And what are you doing, Leonie?
Moving.
Okay,
Towards Arvin.
so you make a move step closer.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to choose how that goes?
We can reduce the
Yeah.
Oh, 1 full step.
Yeah, it's one full step.
And your action.
Oh, you're leaving
Oh,
the Arbalos
move
behind.
Yeah. Can I double move for an action?
You can
If you
charge.
charge, yes.
Oh,
Which is just another.
Yes, I will
All
charge.
right. What do I need for cautious attack? Do I still use my primary trait? or skill rather.
It says plus weapon skill.
It's weapon skill.
Yes,
So it can't
it's
be
0
his
currently.
alchemy
Yeah.
training.
But what trait do I apply that to?
Your physical, either reflexes or strength. Your choice.
It's the same.
You guys are rolling around
Yeah.
on the ground together.
Just fun things.
And you said what was my negative?
Your negative was -4.
4.
No, wasn't it
-3.
Three.
-3.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is 4.
Because the
Yeah.
box was
So I merely have -1 dice to roll with.
Yeah, so you always roll 1 die. You can always roll 1 dice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby!
Yep.
No.
Huzzah!
that was a fail.
Okay.
Oh dear.
So, Leone, you run forward, and boy, do I have some bad news for you. As you charge forward, the dog corn, the Canis corner that is completely enwrapped in the net, suddenly you just see this as its horn starts glowing radiant red, and then a howl as it flicks its head upright, and there's just this searing sort of like short range beam of light and fire as the top, and you see the net around its head just split open and begin to fall
I
down.
had a feeling that might happen.
Well, the roll I needed to do was very high, and I rolled 7 out of 8 successes. So
What?
yeah, it begins to
Can I touch your dice?
get right in there. Now I need to roll for the Canis Cornu scratching oven. It rolled 0 for 4. You both fail to hurt each other. All right,
Thank you.
You took the good
You're
ones.
welcome. You're
next
welcome.
turn.
Oh boy.
Movement phase.
Wait. You said it
Looks
would
like the
be.
dog took
You
the
said it
elbow.
would be cutting back and forth.
Sad music.
Just you can give it some ebb and flow. Lorenzo's walking down the road in the moonlight, imagining a world, a reality where, sitting outside the forest, he'd lay down these little hairs, sit back, and the doggies came out and ate the rabbits, and he painted a picture. And Arvin and Leone skipped around to the side with little nets and went wee, and the doggies licked them as they carried them on their backs and would have been accompanying him home if only his plan worked. All right, back to.
Hold on. Hold on. Well, you interrupted it. Stay there for a minute.
Okay.
Oh.
And as this is probably several hours in the future from where you are.
Probably
And
dead
as
on
he
the ground.
walks, getting closer to LUCEVERA. In the distance, down the hill, getting closer to Allegrano, I should say.
I was just going for a gag, but sure.
You see
yeah.
2 horses, like walking side by side, one and a flaming torch being held by one of them. Actually, probably a lantern, like not a hooded lantern, just
Held
a
by
lantern.
one of them.
Held by one of the people riding the horse. Held by one of the people riding the horse. Oh my god, that the horse has it in its mouth.
Sorry.
That would have been a great encounter. That would have been far more interesting.
2 horses being
2 horses and one with a lantern in its mouth. You're just like, what's going on?
Disney movie?
There's a whole horse society you haven't interacted with yet that you're going to meet.
horses.
No, and there are people riding them.
Okay.
They're quite a ways away, but one horse is beautiful and white. The other one is brown and speckled. And you make an acuity check.
Thank you.
I gotcha. Wait, I gotcha. Wait, I gotcha.
1.
Oh dear.
1 success. And at this distance, you don't make out anything
The
beyond that.
Jazz is special.
But you are heading closer to them. We'll cut back.
Okay, cool. All right.
One
as we
is
were.
better than that.
It's true.
Yeah, you recognize that they seem.
Just when you thought.
Okay, here you go.
Poignant
You
to
recognize
me.
both figures are wearing hats.
Nice.
Large hats.
Because
Thank
you
you.
didn't roll a 0, you know that the horse isn't holding the lantern.
Yeah, there's an arm that you can suddenly see. Okay, so back to the fight.
Nice.
Top of the round, movement
Move.
phase.
I move.
Where do you move?
Closer
What are you
to-
doing?
Closer to Arvin.
Closer to Arvin specifically?
Yes.
So you get within
Close
range?
Yes.
Cool. This Dogacorn uses its remaining movement to like clamber out of the net.
Mm-hmm.
The other 2 are still penalized and struggling. Action
You can't
step.
move. I want to try and get Arvin.
I've got it! I've got it! I think I've got it!
I want to get Arvin out of the net by lifting the rocks.
Okay. So
I
we
think it's
have a
also
rule
probably
for that.
very clear that the dog is sitting on me or
Can you,
something.
give me the rule? Can you pass me your rule book?
Yes.
This is a non-combat action declaration.
Great.
To do that, you have to roll defensively.
Okay.
It costs... Let me just find it specifically.
It costs 1 spirit,
Yeah, that's what
and then you make a defensive roll, and then you make a skill check.
I was trying to find it, but yes, that's... I believe that's
Defensive
what
roll
it is.
is...
It's just your
My-
roll, but
yeah.
you only get defended and don't use any abilities.
Non-combat actions. That's exactly right.
Dear
Okay,
diary.
that's-
I'm writing from within
the
the
narrator
notes.
has to... Well, so
Dear
Jim
diary.
has to say...
Regret.
Yeah, you have to tell me what you're doing.
Yeah.
So come up, lift the rocks to try and get Arvin to run out and then hopefully put the rocks back down. The net, sorry.
Challenge level 2 to lift it up. Challenge
Yeah.
level 4 to lift it up and get it down without the dog also belting
Running
out
out,
at the
yeah.
same time. In fact, the dog's more likely to get out than Arvin because it's
Even
a
though
dog.
I'm on...
It's a dog.
Okay, all right.
It's like
All right, that's fine.
you lift up a thing and you
Smaller
expect a
and-
human to scrabble out faster than a
But
dog.
what if she says, back, get back, like
As I
bad
said,
dog?
it's only a 2 to get Arvin
Yeah.
out. It's
Oh,
a
I'm the
4,
only one who can
a 4 to
understand that.
just get Arvin out.
And what's the check? Deft of hand?
What did you want it to be?
Engineering.
In this case, it's not going to be an intelligence check.
We
Okay.
failed that a long
It's pretty
time
much
ago.
nothing. It's pretty much nothing you can.
Yeah, deft of hand, is that a...
Deft of hand is fine to carefully like pull a little bit up and drop it quickly. That's
Great.
fine.
If
Cool.
anything doesn't really
Reflexes or anything.
But
like that.
usually, I guess I'd say the check and you'd say the other thing. So, yeah, probably reflexes. Deft of hand reflexes.
but I make the defensive roll first, is that right?
If it's relevant, if you get attacked, you make the defensive roll.
Oh, so which is not relevant.
Right, but I'm deciding, am I
Okay.
attacking you? Yes, you shot it. Well, it doesn't really understand that you shot it with a ballista, and your intent is currently to help someone.
Yeah.
It's going to charge Arvin, who is in a net.
Okay.
Whose intent is
No, this is the other dog.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. the
I
most
am-
threatening one
I
right
am
now.
shielded mostly by the other dog.
Let's see what happens with this roll.
Heck yeah.
One
success.
success.
I don't
So
get it.
you basically like start lifting the bottom, like trying to quickly lift it up and down, and just by pure happenstance in their struggle, it's one of those awkward things where like they roll over each other and the weight of the dog suddenly tramples the part of the net you were about to lift up. And yeah, you fail to do it this turn, but you're not being attacked. Arvin, however, is being attacked.
Bollocks.
Do you have any more
What are you going to do this turn?
Do I have any more?
necks to get Arvin out?
I have one. That's my last one. Which it's a bit late now. It's fine. Keep going.
Well, and it would have to beat their defense roll.
No, the knack would just be to get Arvin and the
just
dog
get
out of the
Arvin
net.
out.
if
And
you
the
want.
dog. Oh, I
Or
see.
you can just not and try
Yeah.
again next turn and hopefully roll a 4 and get just him out.
Because
Oh,
at
I
the
think I'll
moment we
wait.
still have a dog in a net.
Yeah, I'll wait one more turn.
So
and if not, I'll
2 was to
leave
get both of them out, and 4 was to get just
Just
Arvin
Arvin,
out.
yep.
Okay, I see.
All right. Things are going from bad to worse, and I'm going to quickly
to.
grab the one thing that doesn't require mixing, which is another reductio. So I'm going to defend myself with that.
Cool. So you're just defending yourself?
Sure am.
There's one next to you is attempting to continue to injure you and it rolls 3
Oh my
successes.
god, do you have 2 health left?
You have -3 dice, remember? From your,
You're gonna have to reroll.
We both do have
Right,
-3
yes.
dice.
Oh no.
Because we're in the net. The net is giving you -3.
It's a good net.
Oh.
3 each, but you're defended. Yep. Cool. However relevant is the one that charged you.
And yes, I have 2 health.
Oh my god. Really?
Well, it did 4 damage to me.
Wow, we don't have a lot of health.
No, we
No,
don't.
we have very little health.
Oh my god.
Wait, I rolled the wrong number of dice.
4 damage is a lot from one dog.
That's right. That's right. The
You guys have no armor. You're crazy.
You're
the
crazy.
muscle is sitting on the hill watching and walking back to Grunto.
And with only 2 successes, it throws its horn in and gets it tangled in the net. It has to like
Yay.
pull the horn back out because you're kind of in this melee and in a net. You're actually harder to hit. So I gave it the penalty as well to attack you. in the net.
This is a disaster, but not as much of a disaster as it could be.
We need a different soundtrack.
That's
Okay.
what's happening. Everyone's just missing each other.
So look back, another 5 minutes of walking later. Bianca.
Yes.
The sound of the night patrol is peaceful. Your horse's hooves clopping along the roads, doing an outer circuit, which is not a usual patrol. However, today, of all days, it happens to be, because today you were asked out on patrol, which doesn't usually happen.
Ooh.
You're sitting next to Cosimo,
Fellow big hat
fellow
friend.
Cavalier of the Crown, on his horse. And you're currently, and have been for some time, traveling in complete silence, which is very peculiar. He asked you out on patrol, and after hearing that you couldn't go on, he kind of asked you out. You've small talked a little bit about like, oh, what's going on with your guild and everything, but then it's sort of fallen into silence as you've been trotting around on your own. Several hours from the city, doing the wide circuit that Cavaliers often do. There are several sort of patrol circuits they take.
Is one of them carrying a torch by any chance?
And Cosimo is carrying a lantern in one hand on his horse.
Wow.
Make an acuity check.
I was going to say, can we see anything? There's not my dice.
We need to like get Alicia to just like night palette
Yeah.
the Lucevera key
Nighttime.
artwork.
That's a really solid 0.
And a -1 spirit. That's a sweeping failure.
That's a really good start.
Ouchies, ouchies.
Wow. We're on
Bianca's
fire
very
today.
distracted. I don't think she's doing very good actual
No.
watching. I think she's
What is she distracted by?
she's probably very
Is
unnerved
it
by
Cosimo?
Cosimo being very quiet.
Okay.
She's not used to like he normally just talks her ear off. So now she's struggling to think
like reading into
should I be
everything.
saying something?
Yeah.
Like am I meant to start the conversation? So she's a bit in her head.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Hold. And he turns. There's a little from the horse. He pulls to a stop.
What is it?
And his eyes look around. And he turns the horse, and his eye line shifts up the hillside. And he raises his lantern. And Lorenzo, this lantern shines up the hill and sort of glares towards you.
Lorenzo.
Who travels in the night here?
Who is that Bianca?
What are you doing?
Oh,
Are you okay? Does he look
He looks a bit sad. He looks sad.
I'm okay.
Where are the others?
I don't know. I don't mean to panic you. I was foolish. I had this idea. I got carried away in my imagination and made a fool of myself by myself. But we are parted, and the wisest thing for me to do at this point is to abandon my plan and come straight back to the guild and await their return. I'm sure they'll be okay.
Your intent to paint them didn't work.
No. I'm not empty-handed. I say, sort of like glancing down at some papers. Hopefully something that might help the guild, but we shall see.
It's late. You should head back.
That is precisely what I'm doing.
And the others, do you think they're okay?
I should think so. I would know where to find them anyway. And, I mean, they were with someone experienced. Havada knows of these creatures. I trust him.
If that Beastmaster sent us on a hopeless journey, I'm not going to be happy.
I just wish I was less foolish and there to help provide more hope. But I got selfish.
Wasn't foolish to try and help the guild.
No, I was thinking of myself.
There's the sound of a man slipping from the saddle as Cosimo dismounts and strides towards Lorenzo.
Why
up the
would he
hill.
diss the mount? It's beautiful. Sorry.
He approaches. What is that you're holding, hey?
These are it is my work, sir.
Your work? What kind of work do you do? You're in the guild, yes? He's in one of your little friends, hey?
Yeah. Yeah. One of the guild workers.
And you can tell, like, Cosimo's tone is, like, completely different from usual. It's quite terse, and, like, that bubbliness has just dropped out of it. What work do you do out here at night?
I am what's the word for it?
A merciologist.
Thank you. I am a merciologist just under the lady Dolorosa.
And what drafting table have you been working on?
I just show like this wooden board that I pulled out that I've been carrying on my lap. I've used simple means. I've been traveling.
He looks you up and down, and you took some art supplies. You took the basic colors that you said, like ochres and things.
Yeah.
Is there anything notably colorful visible on your person, like chalks, pens, any inks, anything that's visible from an outside observer?
Look, honestly, I would say Lorenzo wouldn't have much at this point.
Cool.
So just whatever the basics, the sapiers and the earthy tones that he borrowed. But most of it would be, especially the guild stuff, would be in a bag that he'd be carrying. So on his person, no.
He sort of furrows his brow. He does a walk around you with the lantern.
Is there something wrong?
Cosimo, it's late.
It's very peculiar.
We all got sent out. Well, not me, but the guild got sent out on a mission. He clearly separated from the group.
I roll out the piece that I did and say, I might make this an attempted charm check.
Okay.
To be like, I was painting at sunset. I wanted to capture the perfect light, to capture the beauty of her, of Elegrano. But disheartened, I decided the best thing to do after was to go home. And I don't have money to stay at a place on the way. And I unroll and show you the artwork.
Three successes. He runs his hands through his blonde hair, which sort of like catches, or runs a hand because he's holding a lantern, catches the moonlight, his platinum hair, just sort of rubs his eye. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a little jumpy.
Have you been dealing with troublemakers?
I don't know. I don't know. It's a festival, you know? Anyway, I shouldn't be telling you anything.
Of course, I mean no interruption.
Of course. Cavalier business. But you should probably have an escort back to the town, yes? There are strange people around.
For that, I would be most grateful. Thank you.
You do look exhausted. Don't want you getting lost in your own city.
That means a lot to me.
I'd invite you on my horse, but I think you'd break it, he says with a forced smile.
Happy to walk by your side.
Come on.
I'll save the conversation for later. He looks sort of a little bit eyes down shot as he fails to make good eye contact with Bianca saying that, and then climbs back on his horse.
I'll like click at my horse to head back.
And you begin moving on. And we get back to the fight! Cadus Cornu.
Do we have to?
Yeah, all right. Anyone moving?
Nah.
I like to think they're all just lying there. They're all exhausted. None of them are doing anything.
Rolling around.
Nevada! I could really use a hug now! Oh, not me!
Oh, you're doing fine, little whippersnappers.
I really don't want to kill them!
Give them a good one, too. They're hardier than they look.
They're very heavy!
I don't know.
And you see Ivada, who is like 50 to 100 meters away on a ridge. He does stand up with like like upright and starts slowly and laboriously brushing dust off his pants and making
There's two in the net now!
making the effort to slowly start trudging towards you. What are you doing?
Is there
Same
two in the
thing,
net?
yeah.
Did it climb you?
No,
in the net?
One's
No,
tangled
one got
in
its
that.
horn
It
tangled.
pulled it out again, but
Oh, okay.
Same thing again.
okay, same thing again. And they're gonna allow it. So you're basically not interacting with anyone, and currently you're just you don't have any ill intent. You're trying to rescue someone. So
want to rescue my friend.
you can make your roll.
3 successes. I'm going to use a knack to make it a 4.
There you go.
Okay, so Arvin.
Hello.
With that skill check, you can scramble out of the net.
Hooray! Does it require something from me?
I'm going to say no. However, you'll still have your penalty to your roll this turn as you are hands and knees scrabbling out of a net that's being dropped behind. So this turn, you have a penalty to your roll, but you are now, I'd say you're adjacent to, you have to be adjacent to the owner. You could be on the other side. I will allow you to be on the other side. Yeah. So what is your action going to be?
Okay, so I scrabble up, get to my feet, I turn around, and what is immediately in front of me, like in terms of...
So you're looking down at a net that now fully entangles that drops behind you, and the snapping mouth of a Candace cornu that is attacking you, that we will have, it will be rolling. It is going to attack you. And then there is another one that seems to be adjusting its attention and kind of evaluating what to do, that looks like it's about to bound around the outside of the net towards the two of you.
I see. All right. In light of just immediately seeing, like, getting out of that and turning around and seeing a dog face coming at me, my hand is going to go for my bag, but in, like, a split second of not entirely sure exactly how to play out this scenario, I'm going to, at last minute, just grab my entire backpack instead of my satchel, rip it off, and just stick it over the face of this dog.
The one in the...
Yeah, the one that's, having a go at me.
Okay, so that's going to be a skill check, the same thing. So you're going to need to... You'll basically only get a defensive roll, but you will get to... and you have to spend a spirit, and then you'll get to make a skill check.
I'm trying to knock it
It's
out.
still with
your
the
back.
negatives though, right?
Probably toward... Yeah, it's still going to have
Cover its
negatives.
head.
Oh, I see.
Well, the defense roll
So
is
it's
going to have
harder
the
to bite me and
negatives.
harder to see
But the
me.
skill check
Using
won't
like
have the
a shield,
negatives.
Yeah,
essentially.
okay, yeah. That makes sense.
So I'm going to say probably coordination. Although if you have a different suggestion, you're welcome to give it to me.
I was going to say, like, depth of hand or something. Because it's like to get the bag off and then to put in the right spot.
Okay, I'm going to say
what's
if you're
your
going to
thinking?
use deft of hand, you're going to use reflexes, not finesse.
Okay, sure.
Deft of hand reflexes.
Okay, so depth of hand. Sorry, what was the other one you said?
Reflexes.
Reflexes.
Yeah.
All right.
Reflexes.
All right. 5 minus the 3, you said?
Yep. No, this check doesn't have any minuses.
Okay, it was just for
And will
combat.
take effect, I guess. But
Well, this is his
I guess if it's
defensive-
affecting the roll this round, it will have minuses.
I'm still
yeah.
I'm still shaking. Sure. All right.
Well, it's more if
his-
it's affecting the dog's result.
Yeah. All right.
Sure.
2 dice.
Can do it.
2 successes.
Okay.
It's something.
It also got 2 successes.
What does that mean?
But defended.
defended.
Oh.
Means you don't.
How many combat dice would you have had?
That penalty.
Without penalty, 5.
Was that your combat roll or your skill check?
Skill check.
Make a combat roll.
Okay.
With the negative as well?
Yeah, because that's how the skill checks work.
All right. A combat roll of.
With the -3, whatever your defended combat roll would be. This is just going to determine whether you take damage and get the thing on its head. You've successfully got the thing on its head. Does its horn pierce straight through the bottom of the bag and stab you through the hand?
But what is
Yeah,
a
there's no
simple
defended.
defended?
So
it's
it's
just
for
whatever your
training.
best training is. So your training and
Whatever
your
you're
thing.
proficient in.
Oh, so I get my training for this.
Yep.
Despite it being not a weapon.
We'll have to work on that with the base skills because you should be able to use withdraw and stuff with your
Yeah, that's
basic
what I was thinking.
focuses and magic
Yeah.
abilities.
Yeah, because otherwise that'd be literally -1 dice.
Okay.
Okay. So I get alchemy and
Because the penalty is, yeah. Anyway,
yeah, so just standard ability.
Do you have reduced damage at close range?
No, I don't think I do actually. Okay. All right.
Look.
So minus the 3 dice. 1.
Because you can always roll 1 success. Cool. So you successfully get the bag on the dog's head. You also cop a horn.
All right.
Which is how much?
4 damage.
Oh, you're out.
Unless.
All right. No, even if I use all my grit, I still go to 0.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be wounded.
Okay. So for the first
Full
time.
health and injured.
So in a impressive feat, you pull this bag off, leap through, smash the bag down onto the Dogacorn, like your full backpack. Like you lunge and you have to put a lot of force into this. And then there's almost like that movie moment where there's like feeling and you look down and the dog's head and its mouth, its muzzle. You've encountered dogs before. And that's what you were focused on, this muzzle, this snapping teeth, terrifying massive dog's teeth. And as you throw it in, this horn from the top of the thing is just protruding from your chest. And then as you like pull off it, you see like a good 2 inches of horn just slide out of your chest, and then a welling ooze of blood just pour down your torso as you stagger backwards. And you are now injured. The first character in the campaign that has been injured.
You don't have a good time in
HP
combat.
resets fully.
Your HP resets fully.
You no longer can apply
Your trait.
trait to your
Only
combat
training.
roll.
Because you're physically now very, very injured.
All right, and I lose. Actually, no, I don't lose a spirit because. All right, I had 2 health.
You would lose a spirit from your
Low pain threshold.
low pain threshold.
Okay.
You took 4 damage in one hit. It just gets rounded down because of
Yep.
you can't take more than
That's
injured.
cool. That's a good clarification.
So,
All right, yeah. Arvin screams as he
you
falls
would.
back.
Now, I will give you the benefit to this because that felt like you tried something clever. You made some rolls. You managed to succeed on them, and it was a bad outcome. That dog, that Canis Cornu, in that, after that moment, and it pulls back, it just goes like stupid dog mode. Like if you've
like when
seen
they
a
try and
stupid dog,
scramble
it is
out.
now on its back, just going like trying to paw at its head. But it's completely out of the entire encounter.
This was the one that wasn't
the
in the
dog
net.
that was injured in the net, the one that had fought 2 rounds, the
Yeah.
one that has not broken out of the net, the one that's still in the net is now like, it's not even going to be able to escape the net.
Okay.
It's done. Its
That's-
horn is stuck in the
that's who-
bag.
yeah,
Yep.
okay.
It is completely like doing the dog thing, like rolling around, but it's also trapped in a net. And it's just like over the course of 10 seconds, it fully entangles itself in this net and it's
Yeah.
just like completely, fully entangled.
Oh dear.
And Arvin is
As
bleeding
the other
out.
Dogacorn bounds round behind you
Do I get
guys.
to, okay.
That was your turn. You got him out of the net.
Oh,
you already
yeah, it
did
was
that.
2, sorry.
A lot happened in that one round.
Last round.
Harvard
I mean,
just
sorry,
stood up.
next round.
that switch to injured mode is a palpable feeling of like get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
How far is the meat that was dropped from us?
It's like at your feet.
Can I want to pick it up. Oh, sorry.
Picking things
I-
up off the ground does convey a disadvantage in combat.
That's fine. I don't want to move.
Sorry, combat
Should establish that
probably still
first.
takes 10-second rule.
I don't want to move. We should establish that first.
Do you want to
Are
move?
you moving?
No. Ooh, I can't.
In pain.
Well, no, you can make the retreat move.
Withdraw.
Not in the
Lots of
movement.
action.
Yeah, so we're
Oh,
skipping
no.
movement, going to action.
I'd like to pick up the meat.
You're going to make a skill check, spend a spirit. Oh, no, you can just pick it up, but you have -2 in your combat round if you pick stuff off the ground.
Really? -2?
You're bending over and grabbing stuff off the ground while a dog is pounding at you. It's pretty.
Could be advantage if someone's shooting at you and you bend over right at the right time.
It's one of the things that D&D
Were you
should
gonna-
also implement.
Were you
'cause
saying you would pick up the other net?
I like
No,
object.
no,
What
the
were you
meat.
doing? The meat
Yeah, the
it
rabbit and the
becomes
chicken.
game.
to do.
I draw my sword for free. I
hopefully it
stab them. I
chases
drop
it.
it because that's also free, even though I can only
It's
have one
slow.
draw or stow. So I just have 5
It's
swords.
defending itself. It's. I don't
Yeah,
think
but
it'll
if
chase a meal because it's too vulnerable. It's
Unless
if you
it-
throw meat, it's not going to chase the meat. It's attacking you.
Well, unless it's fulfills our
I shouldn't
intent,
interrupt.
I don't
You
know.
can do.
What is your
work.
intent?
My intent's to say, like, to feel like I don't want to fight it. So I want it to follow the food, that I want to pick it up and throw it away from the thing. And then my intention is to run away back.
Make an empathy check. This is not requiring you to use the spirit.
Because as
etc.
far as I'm concerned, one of them's captured. That's all we needed. Empathy, wisdom.
Arvin wanted more.
Can I roll with intelligence?
Alvin was
instead?
optimistic.
Yeah.
No.
No, okay.
Not this time.
Sorry?
Not with your true intent.
3 successes.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. So you'd like to pick up the
so
thing?
it's sorry.
So action step, it is not declaring an attack action on you. It is
Okay.
upon Arvin.
Okay.
Stratford upon Arvin.
And Arvin, what were you doing? You don't need to roll anything.
Shakespeare's
Oh,
home.
okay.
Nothing's interacting with you.
Okay.
And you're just picking up meat.
Yep.
What are you doing with the meat?
Pipping it away.
Okay. You throw it. Where do you throw it to?
Just away. That doesn't hit the rock.
Okay.
Just outwards.
All right. Arvin is sort of burbling at the moment and trying to stagger back. Mm-hmm. And he's going to throw another reductio.
Okay.
'Cause he
I'll let
doesn't
you
quite know
use
which way
withdraw
to
with
run.
your alchemy thing if you'd like to use withdraw. Just so you know, we'll just let you use your regular roll with alchemy.
All right. Well, in the
so you're aware.
circumstance, I think that makes more
Yeah.
sense to use
so
that.
you just get your alchemy to roll.
All right.
The Canis Cornu gets 5 successes.
No, but he got 4 out of 4.
Rip.
Got any knack left?
No.
No, I used it all.
Is that like a sweeping success?
No.
Nah, it has to be 5.
So, Arvin, sort of scrabbling away with this wound in your chest, starting to feel weak and woozy, and clearly your physical faculties are failing, even though your skills are sharp. The Canis Cornu pounces on you and drives you to the ground onto your back. And it doesn't do damage at this stage. It just smashes you into the ground and is like looming over you. That's it for now. Leone,
Okay, so I've piffed the meat.
piff the meat.
Okay, I want to basically defend Arvin. So, like, I really don't want to hurt the animal. That's not my intent. My intent is to take the brunt of it if I can. So whether that's like jumping in front and trying to like scramble underneath so it gets me instead, so Arvin can sort of try to run out. That's my intent, is to get in the way.
So you're physically throwing yourself between the dog
Pretty
and
much,
Arvin.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
The
don't have to
worst
make a
part
check for
about
that.
all of this is that's my feat.
Is protecting
I'll
people.
take your
Yeah,
damage.
yeah.
Like, oh my god.
So,
I'm gonna feel so guilty.
Leone,
Yes, no,
Arvin, what are you doing? You're now prone and you have -2 to your rolls.
Cool. Yeah, I'm just gonna try and scrabble away. Monkey brain wants away.
Okay. I'm going to get both of you to make a defended roll. Withdraw, you Leone defended roll, and it is going to roll, and it scores 4 successes.
Any penalties?
No, not for you. Arvin has -2.
Well,
Oh,
1.
2.
Oh.
He got 4 successes. Leone throws herself in between, and Arvin feels Leone's body land and like protecting you as this dog lifts its legs and pounds them down again, and then like brings its face, jaw, lips quivering and drool dropping down, and Leone's basically thrown herself prone too now at the mercy of this jaguar-sized hound. And it gets in close and then presses its feet down into Leone that's on you, and then just like straightens its upper body and just stays there, applying this pressure and growling.
This is so dramatic.
And there's a tense moment where it's not doing anything. It's pinned you to the ground and is like staring down at you and growling, and you're both sort of stuck in this limbo.
I think about delicious food as best as I can. In a very scary moment, I try to think about how delicious food is.
It doesn't seem to do anything.
I know.
5 or 10 tense seconds pass, and then it lifts its weight off and begins to circle around you, staring at you the whole time, poised and ready to move at like a moment's notice.
All right. Well, I think you're still on top of me.
Arvin with the innuendos.
Is Havada just staying watch?
He's casually walking closer at a very relaxed pace.
I will not move while it's still pacing around us.
Just laying on the ground on top of Arvin.
Yeah. Whee!
I jumped a gun.
Not upright yet.
That was too optimistic of me.
Arvin, what are you doing?
Crying.
Well, close. I'm sort of gonna roll over slightly, like sort of watching how it's going around me, and curl up slightly and try and concentrate on thinking of like anything but violent thoughts. But my thoughts stray to the things I've lost and the things I haven't managed to achieve and the people I haven't saved. I'm going to die out here in the middle of the woods in perhaps false pursuit of that.
Make an empathy roll. No penalties, even though you're injured.
This is so intense.
Oh. You're on the right screen.
I'm glancing at that, which is
The
behind.
problem is we're too efficient now.
Yeah, we're too good.
Ooh.
3 successes.
Ooh.
As it growls and circles you, for the first time, you've got this moment of breathing and quiet and eyes darting around, like looking, I'm assuming as any human would, you're cornered. You're looking for like an escape. You're looking for an advantage. And your eyes flick. I described you're at the top of a hill looking down into a little valley that then goes up to a hill, and these two Canis Corner who'd been fighting. Mm-hmm. You, for the first time, your eyes flick to the top of that crested hill in a little while. And you see about a dozen Canis Corner of various sizes crest back up the hill. And you realize that you were watching / hunting like two at the back, two stragglers who were behind the pack. And they all stand up this top of this hill looking down. But from their perspective, they can't see this injured one that's pressed up behind the rock and is completely disabled with this bag that's struggling. He's behind the rock. And you note, based on looking at their sizes, that the one on the ground that is captured was the larger of these two, and these two had been fighting over that food. But you also notice, via the obvious, no way to say this other than the nuts, that they're both boy dogs, the two dogs that were fighting. And this one that's still up and active is the smaller of the two. And then it suddenly looks at the dog on the ground, looks at you guys, and then in that moment between like life and death where there's a sharp movement, it could be lunging for your throat, but it just whip pans 90 degrees and just runs up the hill towards the rest of its pack. Make an intuition check if you'd like, both of you.
I would like.
One.
Nothing.
You have no idea why it decided to just leave. No idea. And then the group of Canis Koru head off. They're gone. And eventually, after the next 5 minutes, the one on the ground seems to have tired itself out. And Havada slowly walks over to you. Good job.
We did it.
Did we?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna.
How much health have you got now?
Full.
He's injured.
He's injured.
Okay, you
Full
didn't
but
take
injured.
another. Okay.
Oh, good.
I'm gonna start patting around, like sort of going into like recovery mode, sort of find the wound, and then start sort of in an automated way, just sort of attending to myself in a sort of like tunnel visioned manner. Like I don't even respond to Havada.
Are you able to help?
I can get you back to town. And he leans down and picks up Arvin in his arms,
Oh,
like cradling
wow.
him.
That's very impressive. I do have a question, though. How are we going to get the dog?
Why is that the question for me? I am just your guide.
I was kind of also talking to Arvin, but I understand that he's half passed out right now, so that's fine. Maybe I was just talking to myself. I go back and go get the chicken that I hucked away and bring it back. And I look at the dog that's currently in the net. How's he doing?
He's tuckered out.
Okay. I put the scent of the chicken near
Okay.
him.
His head's stuck in a bag.
Okay. Does he need to react to
Probably
it at
the
all?
best situation that he could possibly be in for you is as he currently is.
Okay. All right. All right.
Carry him.
Can I drag him?
You can certainly try.
Okay, all right. I go away, pack up my ballista, and come back for the dog. Mm-hmm. All right, I try to drag him.
What's the burden? There's a mechanic for this.
What is the burden of a dog?
In this case, it'd probably be
Joy.
6 or 8.
Okay, what do I? Oh, hold on.
I couldn't
Probably, probably 8 burden.
I don't think I wrote down my burden because I think I'm at capacity, aren't I?
I don't know. It's your character.
Burden
You keep
limit
asking
is
me all these
your-
questions about your character
Your
sheet
total
that's in front
attribute
of you.
points plus your body.
Yeah, you didn't write it.
So it'll be 6.
Okay.
And what happens if you're overburdened?
We haven't figured
You
it out.
haven't told
You
us.
can't be.
You just can't carry it.
There's no limit to the burden that I can wear upon my
What
shoulders.
was the dog?
No,
Sorry.
there will be. We'll have to put some way for you to carry more than you can carry, but you'll have to like not be able to recover and be slower and all
I'm
that
going to
stuff.
put it in game dev. How to carry more than you can carry.
What was the dog? Burden.
8.
Oh, so physically I can't.
What's the burden of
Okay.
And you
Arvin?
also have
Right.
equipment.
Maybe
probably
you,
6.
You carry Arvin and Harvard carries dog.
How much is Arvin?
Well, what are you carrying on you other than your ballista?
Nothing. I don't carry anything with me. That's the whole point.
Okay.
The blister takes everything.
So you have
Yeah.
no rations,
No.
no anything.
No.
Okay. Then you could just carry Arvin and Harvard can carry the dog.
Okay, I'm happy to do that.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
How far does it walk into town?
Better part of a day.
Okay, I will in town purchase a cart if I have to.
Can I get you to make a even with it being your maximum burden,
Sure.
make a fitness check.
Yeah, gee.
2.
2 successes. At taking it slow
You could probably have it cost spirit, maybe.
and traveling
Sure.
through the evening, you don't rest and you arrive at the town in the morning. And yes, I think it will have cost you spirit.
How much?
Probably 2.
Yep.
Sort of during this walk, I sort of realize at some point that Havada's carrying me.
I think.
Hi.
Oh, sorry, yeah, sorry, it's you.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah, but I could like smell Havada. Like I would have seen Havada, blanked out, and then I come to and like you're carrying me then. Mm-hmm. But I still think you're Havada.
Oh. Nice.
I tried to use the herbs you gave me. I think it might work. I haven't tried it yet. Didn't think I'd have to use it in a place like this. And I just pass out again.
And as you're walking, your friend will be okay.
Oh, he's just talking nonsense. That's pretty normal. He does it all the time in his sleep anyway.
I've seen much worse. And from what I've seen of Arvin, he seems to get beaten up a lot.
Yes, I like to think he's like the straw dummies that people use to stab when they're trying to practice. It's basically the same thing.
Sounds like a North Stark stripling.
If I was conscious, I'd be so offended right now.
And with that, we'll deal with the ramifications next week.
May I purchase a
There's
cart?
somehow already 10:36.
May I purchase a cart?
Next week, we'll worry about
Oh my god.
that. Sorry, Bianca and Lorenzo, you didn't get much time, screen time this episode.
That was,
We got dramatic.
that was
We got
very dramatic. I
dramatic.
enjoyed every second from a story perspective. Lorenzo's gonna. If you thought he was sad from having only just drawn a picture
But
of
now
town,
you can draw the doggo.
no. He.
No.
We'll get there next
Okay.
week.
It's like not even survivor's guilt, so it's going to be mad.
So this is like he has lived the opposite
This is
of
twice
his purpose.
that this has
So
happened.
bad.
Also,
Well, this will change things. This will change things for Lorenzo, but we'll get to that next week.
Okay,
Make sure
I'm
to
looking
join us.
forward to that.
Oh, not next week. We're taking a break
No,
next
not
week.
next week.
Sorry.
It's a public
Sorry.
holiday.
Yes.
We have to all watch people gamble on horse races,
Yeah.
and therefore the entire country just has a day off.
The government
Which is-
I don't
decrees,
think it's the whole country.
Is it just Victoria?
It's just Victoria, yeah.
the government decrees that part of Australia.
So,
And
you,
it's so important for us. that
we
have to
will
stop.
be taking a break next week, but we'll be back the week after, which is November the something.
11?
8th? Oh, yeah,
I
probably.
don't know. I'm sure you guys can
Yeah.
work out what Tuesday it is
It's
or
the
Wednesday
12th.
in 2 weeks.
12th. Oh, it's close.
you.
Yeah.
Are we going to get villain arc, Lorenzo?
Villain arc.
Oh, his emo phase.
There you go. I've drawn a picture of Arvin.
Also, I know your characters didn't work it out, but do you know why the dog left you alone?
Because it went
because they
to
were fighting for
alpha.
dominance, and the
Yeah.
weaker one was like, "I'm going to
Yeah.
step up
Yeah.
right now." Yeah,
And
Yeah.
because you guys did the right thing where it counted. Good work. So where it counted, your actions at the end were the
Yeah.
You your intent was only to protect your friend. It was only to escape, and
Okay,
you weren't
greedy.
even thinking about the dog in the net.
Yeah, no.
So it just kind of appraised the situation and was like,
Okay.
I'm out.
yeah.
You can have him by.
Who's
All right, that was fun. Thank you all so much for joining us, and thank you, of course, as always, to
Thank
our
you,
wonderful patrons who have
patrons.
been scrolling across the screen and who will be jumping into our after party with us. We always
Especially
do.
that one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
goodbye?